Hello everybody, this is NDPesic with NDPesic Group, and thank you for joining me for another episode of NDPesic Group Unedited. Hello everybody, NDPesic here in Tallahassee, Florida, and I gotta tell you, it's been really hot lately. Excuse the attire. I'm actually outside in this nice, awesome park we have here up in Tally, and it's just in the 90s. It's been crazy up here lately. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's still Florida. I love it. Got the natural scenery everywhere around us, trees and hills and lakes. I don't know if you could tell out there, but yes, I'm at a lake right now. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me. It's been 6 months since I've posted last, and I sincerely apologize. The reasoning behind me not posting is I've been approached by, over the past 6 months, I've been approached by 4 different groups of investors that wanted to take a look at the Friends project and see where it leads and, where I'm going with it. And unfortunately, things didn't work out with either of them, and that's fine. I walked away with great experience, and the beauty part is that there's another group right now that I'm putting some administrative stuff together for, and I hope to talk with them in the next week to 10 days. So great things are happening. For those of y'all that I've become friends with on Facebook most recently and don't know what I'm looking to do, I've created a first response. An emergency response shelter designed for first responders, and it's going to be sold on a global scale. So the reason I've put together these vlogs is I wanted to go ahead and be unedited. I see a lot, I follow a lot of folks, and they're doing great work, but these are folks that have already established themselves. So for them to edit videos and such, I mean, it's not a big deal. Me, I'm technically a nobody, but I didn't want to filter myself because I want any potential investor to see the real me. This is who I am. This is what I'm not hiding anything through editing and cuts and so forth. If I'm not clear on something, hey man, we've got emails, message me, hey, that thing that you said in that last video, what did you mean by that? We could connect. It's not a problem. But one thing that we can't do is I can't show somebody the real me if I'm editing myself constantly. Now, the reason I want to be unedited is obviously I want to attract the right partners to come join my cause. For those of you that have been friends with me just recently, to give you a little more background on it, is I'm an innovator. I've a solopreneur. I've created a first response emergency shelter designed to help save lives on a larger scale, on a global scale. So, time is of the essence when storms and earthquakes. I mean, look what's happening in Nepal. I mean, my goodness, those poor folks are constantly being hit, over the past, was like another 2 earthquakes 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's horrible stuff. And, but our Friends units are able to go ahead and assist them in times of need. Now, I call them Friends. The acronym FRENDS stands for First Response Emergency Needs Dispatch Shelters. Their primary premise is for any NGO, any government that purchase our units, whenever there's a natural catastrophe, our Friends units are dispatched to the location directly in the heart of the disaster, so medics can get to the injured very rapidly. The current programs right now, everything's on the outskirts, so it's difficult to go out to retrieve people that are hurt when you're so far away, stationed off to the sideline. Not that that's a bad thing, but once again, time is of the essence. You could look at somebody said, oh, you're like the Uber of first responders. And yeah, I'll take that. I'll allow myself to be called that, because once again, time is of the essence. You know, I don't understand 200,000, 300,000 people dying in a storm, dying in a natural catastrophe. It doesn't make sense. There are people hurt, waiting for assistance, and they wind up perishing as they're waiting. And I found a better way to get there. I found a better way to get assistance to those folks. So, not being filtered, I want to be true. I want y'all to see who the real me is without being edited. And the reason I'm doing these vlogs is because I am in search of investors. I'm looking for one partner, several partners, doesn't matter. But the guts of the deal is this. I need $2 million to go ahead and build my 2 prototypes. For that $2 million, I am offering 40% return on investment. And right now, what we're looking at is making, in the strategy that I have laid out, we're looking to generate 20 million in sponsorship funding within 8 to 10 months of signing. So once I sign, we take care of the legal matters and everything, and then pretty much we'll just going into the build. So it's an exciting time. The thing that really needs to be said is that, you know, I have 9 different product lines in 7 different markets, and I want Friends, which the humanitarian project, to be the foundation of it, because I think we all I know for myself speaking, it's a moral responsibility. If I have this project that can help people on a global scale, I think it's my duty to go ahead and bring it to life. And that's why I've stopped manufacturing all the other things and doing the other things that I've done, is because it's more important to work on this. So one of the things that I've decided about 2 weeks ago, and I wanted it to be well known here on this first video, I'm offering 1% of finder's fee for anybody that finds an investor that I sign on with, and whoever that individual is that brought forth that investor, the first check is signed to them. So yes, $2 million is what I need. 1% is 20 grand. So 20 grand goes to the first person that I sign on with, their recommended investor. So right now, I know a lot of people are like, you know, you got to know these people. Well, technically, you don't need to know. What you do need to know is a buddy that works for an equity brokerage firm, you know, a friend or a friend of a friend who has direct contact with somebody that does nothing but start businesses with small businesses, and, you know, helps them grow. That's all you got to do. And the thing is that you could actually even work out a deal. If you're entrepreneurial, you could go ahead and say, hey, listen, man, this guy is offering a finder's fee. I know you're working for, you know, XYZ Corp. You think maybe if you present it to them, I'll cut you in on the 20K. I mean, it's just that simple. So you don't necessarily need to know Bill Gates, you know, or Mark Zuckerberg to give me a call. What you do need is just to make those calls, and that's all it takes. So with that said, how are you? With that said, you know, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. And, you know, it's not going to stop until it gets done. And that's where we're heading to. One of the things that I am looking to do is I want to thank all you guys that if I like your posts, if I make a comment or whatever, you guys have offered so much value in the past couple of months of you know, posting, getting out there. I think I just saw a buddy of mine the other day post that, you know, the biggest thing is getting in people's faces. So me taking a 6-month lax on, 6 months off from doing videos did not help matters at all. But I can assure you, and seeing what a lot of you guys are doing, I'm definitely gonna be following that path of being a lot more consistent, being providing the content of what's going on as far as with the build and things in my life, as well as sharing some of the things that I've seen. And I think that's all I've got for today, but do expect to see me several times a week for sure, and aggressively doing things on a daily basis, because it's the only way that I'm going to go ahead and that any of us really are making any impact on our goals to execute them, is consistency, nonstop, in your face, share the content. Who was it? I don't know who it was. I feel bad but obscurity is your biggest enemy, and I don't want to be obviously you can't shelter away and hope that something's going to come. You got to actually go out there and do it, like this, even in 95-degree weather. But whatever it takes, you need to get the message out. And once again, thank you all very much that contributed your materials that had me see where my flaws were and what I need to do to correct them. So thank you all very much. I'm very honored that you're taking 11 minutes to view this video. And please, any comments, messages, anything up along the lines, please chime in. Always happy to hear and talk to all y'all. And once again, thank you very much. And I will see you in the next few days. Thank you. We are one people, one earth. Cheers.